Alright, so here's chapter 4. I decided to set myself something of an extra optional challenge on this map in terms of not using the rescue staff at all to bolster my forces to the north of the map. Now, this isn't exactly a super hard thing to do, but as far as I can tell, nobody else really seems to bother with not doing it, so I thought it would be interesting to explore exactly how you would go about it. Turn 1 doesn't really have much to say about it. I chip a couple of bandits and finish them off. Yeah, Aran will bait one of them because of his low luck, and Katria body blocks the other, whilst most of the rest of my units simply move up. Marth obviously, as you saw earlier, had to crit one of the thieves. This is because, obviously, it ransacks the village if you don't kill it on the first turn, and I didn't really have anybody spare in order to chip the thief first so that Marth could kill it, at least with regards to this strategy. So that kind of limits your options. But, you know, it's not really a big deal to start the map, so it's fairly easy to rig it. I mean, some people probably might object just because it's like sub 20 crit rate, but whatever. Now, turn 2, mostly just ram your Cavaliers up the map as fast as possible. Katria has reclassed the Cavalier so she can use the Lady Sword on this map, which allows her to one-round KO a lot of the enemies, which is a pretty big boon overall. Ogma is still standing on that village to prevent it from getting sacked, and although you may not have seen it, those two tiles where Yubello and Yumina are standing on are two of the only safe tiles they can be on this turn. Otherwise they would be in range of a hunter or a thief, at least. Anyway, let's see. Well, the thief that just attacked Katria has a Devil Sword, and because it's a Devil Sword, obviously it can backfire on him. But since I want to feed the kill to Rhodey, I kept resetting until it didn't, you know, backfire on him. Because if it does, then obviously Katria finishes him off. Here, the positioning is where Katria will kill the reinforcement that spawns, whilst Luke will bait another. This positioning for Pala baits a single pirate, and then, due to her damage state, a bunch of enemies come down as well. Yes, the classic miss, of course. Anyway, Ogma finishes off the thief, gets a top up from Yumina. Yubello, you know, does nothing, I guess, just runs away, as usual. He doesn't like fighting, he said it earlier. Oh yeah, the reinforcements here can actually be a bit of annoyance. Oh, well, also random crits can be a bit of annoyance as well, that's true. So anyway, yeah, the enemy reinforcements on this map, the pirates at any rate from the northern fort, can actually proc an extra point of strength, which causes them to have 31 attack. And if they proc 31 attack, then Katria is probably going to die. She can take 2 rounds of combat from 30 attack pirates or 29 attack, but if a 31 attack one spawns, then she has to fight against a 29 one on the next turn or the previous turn, or she'll die. Now, obviously here it works out, and before, as obviously you probably noticed, I had pretty good growth, so there's no problem there. And the tile Pala was on previously is pretty nice. Single tile, she'll be able to get the space to use a vulnerary safely without aggroing anything, and as a result she can move up safely to the north, and she's capable of one-rounding that hunter and then getting a top-up from Yumina, who is then blocked off from the other pirate by Ogma standing in the way. So the Desert Sand map works to your advantage there in making sure that you can keep them all alive to the north. As for here, Aran and my unit and Draug no longer have to block forts to the south because enemy reinforcements are stopped by this turn. So Aran came up to bait another pirate due to his low luck, and Luke took the other one, and now we're just chipping them all down. with everybody else. So the rest of the map is pretty much clean sailing at this point. Obviously, I guess there's this guy left that Paula just finished off. Now all they have to do is recruit Sirius and kill the last non-moving group at the bottom and the boss. Oh, and Malaysia got a fucking amazing level up. Holy shit. Anyway. But yeah, I guess you have to recruit Castro too. Totally forgot about him.